Hi, I'm Dr. Karin Hilgersom, President of Truckee Meadows Community College. Welcome all to the first Coffee with Doc Karin. I am very pleased that our wonderful faculty member, Dana DePhillips, I think I said that right, is joining us today. Dana is a faculty member in the Department of Visual and Performing Arts, and she teaches dance, exercise, and human movement at TMCC. I am so glad that she joined TMCC to help start this amazing program. So Dana, tell us how it's going. I know that dance has been taught this term in a hybrid environment. So how's it going for you and the students?
You know what? It's going really well. It's really fantastic. It's been great to be back in the dance studio with students. And I'm just so thankful that everything is running smoothly and safely. I worked closely with facilities over the summer and at the start of this semester to put into place several safety protocols that combine the protocols that we're already using on campus: face masks and social distancing, with a few other safety precautions like a thermometer temperature check and a questionnaire during the check-in process for all students who come to in-person dance movement classes, as well as a special coating on the dance floor that helps to keep contact points as sanitized as possible for a long period of time. On top of our other sanitizing guidelines and protocols, hand sanitizer all the time, wiping down our equipment. So it's really been a fantastic experience and a really safe experience. And student feedback is wonderful. So there's no other real substitute for being in the same shared classroom space for teaching the history and the traditions and the skills associated with dance movement classes. So I'm really pleased with how everything's going. And so it's been really wonderful.
That's terrific. And I suspect our students really appreciate having an opportunity to interact through music and dance with you and their peers in your classes. I also
Absolutely.
understand that you're doing your first dance film production called Solitary But Not Alone. Can you tell us more about that project?
Yes, I would love to. I'm very proud of our first ever dance short film endeavor for TMCC Dance. You know, I was really disappointed, as were the students, at the close of last semester when we had to cancel our in-person traditional dance concert due to the campus closures. And so over the summer, I was thinking a lot about how we could still integrate a performance opportunity for the dance students and our performing arts students this fall. At first, I thought to do a socially distanced live traditional format concert in a typical venue with no live audience, and we would record it and live stream it. But then over the course of being, in a shelter in place and, locked down at home with my partner, who's also a professional artist and educator, we were talking about how we could use this opportunity to redefine, rethink what live performance means at the collegiate level, and how I could do a different, more creative, if you will, dance performance. And so that's when the idea of a short film came into play. And so after sort of putting some feelers out to the student body, I got some really good response about students who were really craving a performance opportunity and who would embrace this new format. And so that's how Solitary But Not Alone was conceived. And the concept is based on the participants' individual and shared experiences during our, summer of quarantine and shelter in place and lockdown, and how that's affected what we inevitably have as our new normal now. So it's a short film. It's under 15 minutes, but it's very artistic. It's very heartfelt. It's very universal. And I'm so proud of the work that was done on a 100% volunteer basis. So this is just a really great example of what we can do when we're given lemons to really create lemonade and have this opportunity to be truly creative and think outside the box.
So Dana, when can we see Solitary But Not Alone, and where do we watch it?
Well, I'm really excited to release this film via YouTube as of Thursday, October 29th.
Okay.
And yes, we'll be sharing it on all social media sites, including the TMCC Dance Facebook page. And there's a special news story that will be published on the TMCC website on the 29th as well, with a link to the video so that everybody's invited to view and comment and share. On Monday, November 2nd, we're also scheduling a special watch party at 10 a.m. on the TMCC Facebook page. So I'm really excited for this virtual release starting tomorrow, the 29th.
Well, I can't wait to see it. I'm really excited about it. It sounds like an incredible project. I also hear that you've been working with faculty member Dr. Megan Latte, our biology professor at TMCC. How are the two of you collaborating this term?
Yes, it's been really exciting. We actually started our collaboration last semester by combining students in my ballet course with anatomy and physiology course, where we were doing experiential workshops exploring form and function, which is a basic concept and learning objective for anatomy and physiology students, and something that we put into practice in our ballet classes quite regularly. We were focusing on the morphology and function of the pelvis and torso as it relates evolutionary through time, and then specifically for the structured movement that we do in dance classes. When our work was cut short at the end of last semester, again, over the summer, we were brainstorming ways that we could continue our work. It was very beneficial for both of us professionally, but more importantly for the students. We got a lot of great feedback from our students about that interdisciplinary collaboration, and we wanted to keep it going. And so we decided that a more in-depth look at this connection between form and function and ballet and dance specific movements would be a great way to encourage undergraduate research. And so the Dance Biometrics Research Lab was established. And we are currently working with 2 undergraduate research assistants who have been awarded NASA Community of Practice scholarships for their work with us. Our project proposal is under review with the UNR's Institutional Review Board currently, and we are on schedule to begin data collection in the spring, which will look at individual dance students here at TMCC on a voluntary basis. It'll look at their body proportions and how those proportions through a quantitative analysis might affect their execution of dance specific movements. So we're really excited to get this underway and to collect some data and start to analyze it and see if there is a true link between the form and function and how it relates to dance specific movement.
So Dana, if I take that class and I have a neck pain because I'm a senior citizen taking ballet for the first time in 40 years, Megan could probably help me assess in her anatomy world what's wrong with me and how I can kind of control that. I love it. What a great project.
Yes, yeah, there's so much overlap there, and we're really excited to explore this and share this with our 2 sets of students. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I am teasing, but I might take the class one of these days.
Please.
So finals are coming up. What are the students doing for their final projects?
I'm really excited about our final projects this semester. For all the dance movement classes, which we refer to as our technique classes, this is where we learn the basic skills and performance aesthetics in ballet, modern dance, jazz, and tap. So in each of those classes this semester for our final projects, the instructors are working on a specific sequence of steps in a choreographic form that focus on the technical concepts that we've covered throughout the semester. And we'll teach that to the students. So they'll be responsible for memorizing and refining that instructor created sequence. But then, which is the really exciting part, each student will be responsible for crafting their own original sequence of movements and choreography that will fulfill certain criteria, again, based on each specific course, that will be fused together in a variety of different creative formats or structure and performed during our final week of classes. So it's a final project then that is a informal in-class performance for the instructor and for the other students in class that really showcases a synthesis of understanding of the mental capacity, the physical capacity, and the artistic capacity required of that dance form at that skill level. But even more importantly, and this is why I really love this final project this semester, is that it really gives the dance student confidence and something tangible to say, look how much I've improved, look what I can do, and look what I can continue to do. So it should be really fun.
So what I hear when you describe that is a relatively high level of sophistication, for, that these students are really preparing for transfer to the university. And it's nice that we have a university nearby that also offers a dance major, a dance degree. So, which is really, really fantastic, I think, for Northern Nevada. So, but that sounds like they've got their work cut out for them, and that's great. Got to keep them busy during these times.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, I've also heard, Dana, that you're working to promote TMCC Visual and Performing Arts for spring, including student-designed printed T-shirts. What is the main message that you want our students to hear for spring classes for your department?
I'm really excited about being able to promote our visual and performing arts department and really spread the word that we are face-to-face having classes in person in a safe, effective way for dance and acting and music and studio arts and graphics. And so my main message is that, hey, we are in this together. We are dancing together 6 feet apart, and we can continue to do that safely and effectively. And I'm just so thankful and so excited to be able to continue the work that we've been doing this semester in these new normal situations and move that forward into the spring. So, and with that also comes new opportunities that I'm working on with my colleagues in the department for different performance opportunities again as well in the spring. So that's really my main message for visual and performing arts for the spring, is that we can still do this together, and we are doing this together safely.
So Dana, I want to thank you for taking some time today to chat with me, but also I just want to thank you for doing what sounds like an incredible job, even during this pandemic. You truly are inspiring. I want to thank everyone else today who joined us. I am so excited to see these Coffee with Doc Karin's come to life. I look forward to the first week of November, where I'll be having a visit with TMCC Mathematics Professor and Department Chair, Hugh Doe. And I want to say to all of you, remember TMCC, you make a difference. You really do make a difference. You do important work. Thank you all.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.